Hey there, and a big welcome back to the deep dive.
Great to be here.
So before we jump in, just a quick reminder, if you're looking for even more ways to boost your English learning, you should definitely hit that subscribe button over on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, loads of good stuff over there. Extra resources, different kinds of practice.
Absolutely. Now, for our session today, we're doing something, well, really practical, I think. Something that can give your everyday English a real shot in the arm.
That's right. We've spent quite a bit of time looking at this YouTube video from the Best English Online channel. It's titled English Conversation Practice, English Speaking Practice for Beginners Best English Online. And honestly, it's just packed, absolutely packed with the fundamental building blocks of English conversation.
It really is. So think of this deep dive as your, express route to understanding and actually using these essential phrases. Instead of just watching the video passively, we're going to pull apart these little conversational snippets.
Yeah, look at why they work, the patterns they show, and how you can start weaving them into your own English. It's all about making it usable.
Exactly. Okay, so to kick things off, let's really get into this first exchange they have.
Right. The video starts super simple. Are you ready? Yes, I am ready.
Seems basic. Almost too basic, maybe.
Well, yeah, on the surface it's basic, but what's interesting here is the function it serves. It's not just about knowing the words ready or yes. It's about establishing a shared starting point.
Okay, yeah, I see what you mean. Like a verbal cue.
Exactly. A cue that signals, okay, we're both prepared for whatever's coming next. Think of it as like a little handshake before you start something together.
Right, creating that sense of mutual readiness. You wouldn't necessarily use this exact phrase in every situation, obviously.
No, probably not.
But the underlying idea, checking if everyone's on the same page before moving forward, that's key in all sorts of interactions, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. Starting a class, beginning a task with someone, even like getting into a serious discussion. You need that moment of, okay, are we both here?
And the directness of it too, are you ready? That's worth noting. In English, getting straight to the point in these kinds of introductory exchanges is pretty common, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, quite common. There's often less elaborate preamble than in some other languages, especially for functional things.
Right. Okay, so after establishing readiness, the video moves on. What's next?
Following that, we get into these questions. How much money do you have? And then who do you want to talk to?
Ah, okay, the classic why question.
Exactly. Fundamental examples. Using how here to ask about quantity, how much money, and who to identify a specific person.
Right, and what's really useful about these, as opposed to the are you ready question, is that they're open-ended. Yeah.
Precisely. They demand more than just a simple yes or no. They prompt specific information. You can't just nod.
Yeah, you have to give a real answer.
Well.
And the video provides these very concise answers. $10 for the money question, and Rika for who the person wants to talk to.
Which really highlights how directly these questions aim to get specific details.
Now, that first one, how much money do you have?
Yeah.
That's a pretty direct question, isn't it? About someone's immediate cash on hand.
It is quite direct.
You probably only use that in very specific contexts, right? Like maybe splitting a bill with friends, or perhaps in a more formal setting if you're, assessing someone's ability to pay for something right then and there.
Yeah. It's not general small talk, usually. It's functional. If you need to know, you ask directly. It's a good example of how English can be quite straightforward when seeking factual, practical information.
Okay. And the second one, who do you want to talk to?
Same idea, really. Another example of this directness in seeking a specific piece of info, in this case, the name of the person they intend to speak with. It cuts right to the intention.
Right. No beating around the bush.
Exactly. And if you think about the bigger picture, these simple why questions, who, what, where, when, why, how they really form the bedrock of how we gather information and just navigate the world through language.
They really do. They let us pinpoint details, understand intentions, figure things out pretty efficiently. Essential tools.
Absolutely essential. Okay, what comes after this?
Next up, we get these exchanges. What do you want to say to Rika? I want to tell her something. And then, when will she come? She will come in 10 minutes.
Okay, so here we see the very, very common structure, want to, followed by a verb. Want to say, want to tell.
Yeah, that's everywhere in English, isn't it? For expressing desires, intentions, what you wish to do.
Totally. I want to tell her something is pretty general. Obviously, it doesn't say what they want to tell her.
No, it's vague on the content.
But it clearly communicates the desire to convey some kind of information. And the beauty of want to is just how versatile and straightforward it is.
Definitely. Learners really need to get comfortable with this structure.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, it's used constantly in everyday English.
Right. I want to eat. I want to go. I want to learn. I want to ask. The possibilities are endless. It's a core building block for expressing intention.
Couldn't agree more. And then in that second pair, we shift focus a bit, don't we? We move to talking about the future.
Yeah, with the question, when will she come?
Yeah.
Using the modal verb will to ask about a future event.
Yeah, and the response, she will come in 10 minutes, gives a specific time frame for that future event.
Mm-hmm. This structure for asking and answering about the future is obviously crucial. You need it for making plans, setting expectations, coordinating things, just getting through the day, really.
Absolutely. And the answer is nice and precise, too, in 10 minutes. Gives a clear expectation of when Rika's arrival is anticipated. Not soon or later, but a specific time frame.
Which is often quite helpful. Okay, so we've covered readiness, gathering info, intentions, and future time. What's the video move on to then?
Now, it starts exploring feelings and origins, personal details, really, with questions like, are you afraid? No, I am not afraid.
Right.
Then, are you American? No, I'm not American. And also, are you allergic to anything? No, I am not allergic.
Okay, so these are all examples of close-ended questions, right? Meaning they're typically designed to be answered with a simple yes or no.
Exactly. Unlike the why questions we just talked about. These are forward-checking specific states or facts. So, are you afraid? Checks an emotional state. Are you American? Checks background or identity.
Right, nationality.
And are you allergic to anything?
Yeah.
Checks for potential health concerns. These types of yes-no questions are really fundamental for quickly getting certain types of information.
And the negative responses shown here are important for learners too. No, I am not afraid. No, I am not American. That pattern, no, followed by I am not, and then the adjective or noun.
Yeah, that's the standard formula for negative short answers to questions, using the be verb, isn't it? Are you? No, I'm not. Very consistent.
It is, and it's interesting, again, to think about the directness of these questions. Asking someone point blank, are you afraid? Or are you allergic?
Yeah, in some cultures that might feel a bit too direct, maybe even intrusive, depending on who you're talking to.
Possibly. It could be approached more indirectly or depend much more heavily on the relationship you have with the person. But I'd say in many English-speaking contexts, these direct, closed-ended questions are quite common.
Especially when you're just gathering basic information, maybe in a more formal setting like a doctor's office for allergies, or even just getting to know someone casually.
Right. But, like we keep saying, context is always key. Appropriateness can still vary a lot based on the specific situation and the people involved. You have to read the room.
Absolutely. Okay, moving on from feelings and origins.
The video then addresses some basic physiological states and personal status. We get, are you hungry? Yes, I am hungry. And also, are you married? Yes, I am married.
Okay, are you hungry? That's going to be one of the most common questions ever, right?
Oh, definitely. Tied to a fundamental human need. It's just a simple, direct way to check if someone needs food, maybe before offering them something.
And the answer, yes, I am hungry? Equally straightforward. No fuss.
Nope. Now, the other one, are you married? That's also a common question when you're getting to know someone on a more personal level. It asks about marital status.
Yeah, but this one feels a bit different from, are you hungry? Doesn't it? More personal, potentially.
Absolutely. It's much more personal. And it's really important for learners to be aware that asking about marital status can be considered quite personal, even intrusive in some situations.
Definitely. Especially in more formal settings or with people you've just met, or maybe in a professional context. That might not always be appropriate.
Exactly. So while it's included here in this basic conversation practice, and it is a question people ask, learners need that cultural awareness too. It's not just about can you ask the question grammatically, but should you ask it in this specific context?
That's such a crucial point. Language learning isn't just grammar and vocab. It's social navigation too. Understanding those unwritten rules.
Couldn't agree more. Okay, what follows the hunger and marital status questions?
Next, we get a set focusing on checking well-being and certainty. So, how are you? I am good. Then, are you sick? No, I am not sick. And finally, are you sure? Yes, I am sure.
Okay, these are absolutely vital phrases for just day-to-day interactions, aren't they?
Totally. How are you? I mean, that's probably the most standard greeting after hello, right? a polite way to ask about someone's general state.
Definitely. And the response, I am good, is super common, generally positive, often used even if you're not feeling amazing, just as a standard reply.
Yeah, it can be almost automatic, though you might also hear, I'm well, or I'm okay, or sometimes, depending on who you're talking to, a more detailed, honest answer.
True. Then, are you sick? That's a more specific, direct question about health. If someone seems unwell, maybe?
And the negative response, no, I am not sick, follows that same no, I am not pattern we saw earlier. Very consistent.
Yep. And finally, are you sure? That's a crucial one, isn't it? For confirming information or checking someone's level of confidence about something they've said or are about to do.
Absolutely. You use that all the time.
Yeah.
And the answer, yes, I am sure, provides that confirmation clearly. It leaves little room for doubt.
Mm-hmm. So these short exchanges are incredibly useful for just basic social interactions, checking in, confirming things, essential stuff.
For sure. Okay, now let's look at the next pair. Language proficiency and payment methods. We have, do you speak English? Yes, I speak English. And do you take credit cards? Sorry, we only accept cash.
Right. These are highly practical questions you might need in various real-world scenarios, especially if you're traveling or interacting with new people or businesses.
Definitely. Do you speak English? Is fundamental if you're unsure if you can actually communicate effectively with someone. It's polite, direct, just establishes if you share a language.
And the positive answer, yes, I speak English, is that clear signal that, okay, communication in English is possible here. It allows the conversation to proceed more smoothly.
Makes sense. And the second exchange about payment methods is also incredibly useful, isn't it? Especially when shopping or eating out.
Oh, yeah. Do you take credit cards?
Right.
A very common question in shops, restaurants, taxis, you name it.
And the response here, sorry, we only accept cash, is a polite way to state that limitation. Right?
Exactly. The use of sorry is key there. It adds that touch of politeness, softens the potentially inconvenient news for the customer that they can't use their card. It shows consideration.
Good point. It manages the interaction smoothly, even when delivering negative information. Okay, what's next?
We then move to questions about distance and comprehension. How far is it? It is about 200 kilometers. And do you understand? Yes, I understand.
Ah, okay. Both important for different reasons. Asking about distance, how far is it, is essential for travel, obviously, for planning journeys, logistics, just getting the sense of scale.
Right, understanding spatial relationships. And the answer given here, it is about 200 kilometers, provides a specific measurement using kilometers, a common unit.
Though depending where you are, you might hear miles instead, of course.
Of course. Good point. Units vary. And the other question, do you understand? That's crucial for ensuring clear communication, isn't it?
Absolutely, especially if you're giving instructions, explaining something complex, or maybe if there's a potential language barrier. You need to check if the message got across correctly.
And the affirmative response, yes, I understand, confirms that clarity. It's just good communication practice, really, to check for understanding sometimes, to avoid potential mistakes or confusion down the line.
Yeah, it prevents problems later. You might also hear shorter versions like, I get it, or yep, got it, or just, yes, I do, as ways to say, yes, I understand.
Definitely. More informal ways to confirm comprehension. Okay, where does the video take us next?
The video then touches on family and physical appearance with, how many children do you have? I have 2 children. And then, how is she? She is pretty.
Okay, so delving into more personal details again here. How many children do you have? It's another one of those questions about family structure, similar to asking about siblings, maybe?
Yeah, and again, potentially personal, depending on the context. The answer given, I have 2 children, is a specific numerical answer.
Now, the second question, how is she? That's much more open-ended, isn't it? And it really relies heavily on context.
Totally. We have no idea who she refers to without hearing the conversation before this snippet. Could be asking about her health, her mood, her performance. Lots of possibilities.
Exactly. But the response provided, she is pretty, focuses specifically on physical appearance. It uses a descriptive adjective, pretty, to comment on how someone looks.
Right. Which highlights how we use adjectives in general to add detail, describe qualities, express opinions about people, places, things.
Precisely. Okay, so after appearance, where do we go?
Shifting gears a bit, we get into financial matters again, but in slightly different ways. We hear, how much are they earning? They're earning $10. Then, how much does this cost? This costs $20. And finally, how much money do you make? I make $2 per hour.
Ah, interesting. So all variations on asking about money, but each with a distinct focus, right?
Yeah, exactly. The first one, how much are they earning? Exes go present continuous tense. Are earning. What does that suggest?
Well, the present continuous here could suggest an ongoing action or maybe a current rate of earning, something happening right now or around now. It's about their income stream.
Okay. Then the second one, how much does this cost? That uses the simple present tense, does cost.
Right, and that's clearly about the price of a specific item right now. Very common when you're shopping. How much is this, or how much does this cost?
Got it. And the third one, how much money do you make? Also simple present, do make. But this one seems more about a person's regular income or salary, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's asking about their general earnings, and the answer given, I make $2 per hour, specifies it as an hourly wage.
So it's really interesting to see how the specific wording of the question the tense used, the exact phrasing, guides the type of financial information being asked for and given. Earning rate, specific price, overall income.
Absolutely. It shows the nuances in how we talk about money. The structure of the question shapes the expected answer. And notice how the answers neatly mirror the question structures, providing the information in a way that directly corresponds.
Yeah, our earning $10 does cost $20. Do make $2 per hour. It shows a clear, logical pattern in these financial Q&As.
Definitely. Okay, let's keep moving. What's after the money talk?
Next, the video explores sensory experience and busyness. We had, how does it taste? It tastes delicious. And are you busy? Yes, I have a lot of things to do.
Okay, sensory input and personal schedules. How does it taste? Pretty straightforward, right? And you're asking about the flavor of something, usually food or drink.
Yep. And the response, it tastes delicious, is a nice positive description using the adjective delicious. A great example of how we use sensory adjectives to convey our experiences.
You could have, it tastes sweet, sour, salty, bland, awful. Lots of options depending on the taste.
Exactly. And the other question, are you busy? Another super common one, isn't it? A way to check someone's current workload or just their general availability?
Very common, yeah. And the answer here, yes, I have a lot of things to do, is a clear yes indicating a full schedule.
Right. And that phrase, a lot of things to do, is interesting too. It's quite general, isn't it?
It is. It's a very common and somewhat vague way to say you're busy without needing to list every single task you have on your plate.
Yeah, it's concise. It just communicates that you have many demands on your time right now.
Exactly. You might also hear more informal things like, I'm swamped, or I'm snowed under, or I'm tied up, or just, I'm pretty busy. Lots of ways to express the same idea depending on formality and emphasis.
Good point. Okay, what's the next pair?
We then look at profession, and, interestingly, a lack of resources. The questions are, what do you do for a living? I am a teacher. And then revisiting an earlier question, how much money do you have? I have no money.
Ah, okay. What do you do for a living? That's the standard, polite way to ask about someone's job or occupation.
Yes, very standard. You might also hear, what do you do? For short, in the right context. And the answer, I am a teacher, provides that specific job title. Straightforward.
Yep. And then the money question comes back again. How much money do you have? But this time, the answer is completely different.
Right. Instead of $10, the answer is, I have no money.
Wow. That stark contrast really highlights how the exact same question can lead to vastly different answers depending on someone's actual situation, doesn't it?
It really does. That repetition is quite effective, I think. It underscores the variability of life circumstances. First time, a specific small amount. This time, the complete absence of funds.
Yeah, it's a good reminder for learners that even these basic questions don't have fixed answers. The answers reflect individual realities, which can vary enormously.
Well said. Okay, so after jobs and lack of money,
the video continues with time and physical attribute questions. What is today's date? Today is December 1st. Then, how old are you? I'm 24 years old. And also, how tall are you? I'm 6 feet tall.
Okay, fundamental personal information again. Asking for the date, what is today's date, is essential for so many things, scheduling, forms, just general orientation in time.
Definitely. And the answer follows a standard format. Today is month ordinal day number. So December 1st.
Then asking age, how old are you? Another common piece of personal info shared in many social contexts, although, again, maybe one to handle with care sometimes.
True. Asking someone's age directly can sometimes be seen as impolite, especially depending on the culture and the person's age. But the answer format is standard. I am number years old.
Right. And asking about height, how tall are you, is another way people often describe themselves physically.
And the answer typically includes the numerical value and the unit of measurement, like 6 feet tall here, or maybe centimeters or meters elsewhere.
Exactly. Notice the specific formats are consistent. Month, day standard for dates, number years old for age, number unit for height. These are the standard ways to provide this info in English.
Got it. So standard formats for standard info. What's next?
Now, we look at asking about someone else's profession, so in the third person, and also asking for the specific time right now. The examples are, what does he do for work? He is a doctor. And what time is it? It is 10:15.
Okay, so the first one, what does he do for work, allows us to ask about someone else's job when we're not talking directly to them, right? Using he instead of you.
Precisely. It shifts the focus to a third party, and the answer, he is a doctor, provides that third person occupational information. Simple enough.
Yep. And the second one, what time is it? Just a fundamental question for knowing the current time. Absolutely essential.
Couldn't live without it.
Right.
And the response here, it is 10:15, uses a very common way to express time, specifically relating to 15-minute intervals.
Right. 10:15 specifically means 15 minutes after the hour. So 10:15 is 10:15.
Exactly. And this is really useful time-related vocabulary to learn, along with 10:30 for 30 minutes after the hour, like 10:30 for 10:30.
And 11:45 for 15 minutes before the next hour. So 10:45 would be 10:45.
Precisely. Those 3/4 past, 10:30, 2:45 are very common ways of telling time in English, alongside just saying the numbers like 10:15.
Good to know both ways. Okay, what follows time telling?
The video then moves into practical information you might need at a hotel or when looking for places nearby. We get what time is checkout? The checkout time is 11:36, and where is the closest restaurant? There's a restaurant over there.
Ah, very useful stuff if you're traveling. Asking about the checkout time, what time is checkout, is crucial when staying at a hotel, right? You need to know when to leave by.
Absolutely. To avoid extra charges or just plan your departure, and the answer gives that specific time, 11:30, including the hour and minutes.
Clear and practical. And the second one, asking for a restaurant, where is the closest restaurant, is essential when you're hungry in an unfamiliar place. You need directions.
You do, and the response given here, there is a restaurant over there, is interesting. It gives a general direction, doesn't it?
Yeah, over there just points vaguely in a direction. It's not super specific.
Right. It's a common way to give a general indication of location without providing, say, a precise address or detailed instructions. Over there is a demonstrative adverb. It indicates a place that isn't right here where the speakers are standing.
Okay. You might also get slightly more specific, but still relative, directions like it's just down the street or around the corner, maybe.
Exactly. Or across the road. Those kinds of relative directions are very common in spoken English.
Makes sense. Okay, so hotel info and directions. What's next?
We then encounter questions about opinions, departure plans, and finding an ATM. Specifically, is this restaurant good? I don't think it is good. Then, when are you leaving? I am leaving tomorrow. And finally, where is an ATM? The ATM is behind the bank.
Okay, a mix of things here. First, opinions. Is this restaurant good? Asking for a judgment or evaluation of a place.
Right. And the response, I don't think it is good, expresses a negative opinion. What's interesting is the phrasing, I don't think.
Yeah, why say I don't think it is good instead of just it isn't good?
Well, using I don't think or I don't feel can sometimes be a slightly softer, more polite way to disagree or express a negative view. It frames it as your personal perspective rather than a blunt statement of fact.
Ah, okay. A bit less direct, maybe. More hedging.
Exactly. It can soften the criticism a little. Though context matters, it could also just be a neutral way of stating your belief.
Got it. Okay. Then the departure plans. When are you leaving? Answered with, I am leaving tomorrow. Pretty straightforward, right?
Yeah, important for coordinating travel, letting people know your schedule. Simple present continuous, are leaving, used for a future plan here, which is very common.
Good point. And finally, finding an ATM. Where is an ATM? Another practical necessity in many situations if you need cash.
Definitely. And the answer, the ATM is behind the bank, is useful because it provides a specific location relative to another known landmark, the bank.
Right. Using prepositions of place like behind, in front of, next to, opposite is key for giving clear directions relative to other things. Makes it easier to find.
Absolutely. Relative location is often more helpful than just a street address in conversation.
True. Okay, what comes after ATMs?
Next, we have inquiries about finding a pharmacy and asking about birthdays. Where is the pharmacy? The pharmacy is near the supermarket, and when is your birthday? My birthday is August 21st.
Okay, finding specific places again. Where is the pharmacy? Important for health needs, getting medicine.
And the answer again provides a relative location. near the supermarket. So use the supermarket as your landmark to find the pharmacy, near indicating close proximity.
Makes sense. And asking about birthdays, when is your birthday? That's a common way to exchange personal information, isn't it? Often comes up in friendly conversation.
It does. It can lead to further social interaction, maybe planning something or just exchanging well wishes later on.
And notice the date format again in the answer. My birthday is August 21st, month, then the day with the appropriate ordinal suffix, erstit ard, ardekis.
Yep, that's standard format again. Consistent and important for learners to grasp for both speaking and writing dates.
Definitely. Okay, pharmacies and birthdays covered. Next.
The video continues with questions about origin and preferences regarding activities. Where are you from? I'm from Brazil. And where would you like to go? I would like to go shopping.
Right. Where are you from? Another absolute standard question for getting to know someone, asking about their nationality or where they grew up.
Very standard. And the answer, I am from Brazil, provides that information directly and clearly.
Yep. Now the second one, expressing a preference. Where would you like to go? Answered with, I would like to go shopping. What's the key thing here?
The key phrase is would like to. Compare that to want to, which we saw earlier. Would like to is generally considered a softer, perhaps more polite or formal way of expressing a desire or wish.
Ah, okay. So I want to go shopping is perfectly fine, but I would like to go shopping sounds maybe a bit more polite or less demanding.
Often, yes. It indicates a desire or wish in a slightly more courteous manner. Very useful phrase to know, especially in more formal situations or when making requests.
Good distinction. Politeness matters. Okay. What's after preferences?
We then move to inquiries about the weather and work schedules. How is the weather?
Yeah.
It is very cold. And when do you get off work? I get off work at 1 p.m.
Ah, talk about the weather.
Oh.
The classic English small talk topic.
Absolutely classic. How is the weather is such a frequent icebreaker or a way to just start a casual conversation, mainly because it's a shared experience for people in the same location.
Totally. And describing it as it is very cold provides a clear, strong indication of the temperature. You say it's warm, it's raining, it's sunny, etc.
Endless possibilities for weather descriptions. And the other question, when do you get off work, is about someone's daily schedule, specifically the time they finish their job.
Right. Asking about their routine. And the answer, I get off work at 1 p.m., gives that specific time. The p.m. is important here, isn't it?
Crucial. To distinguish it from 1 to 0 in the morning, 1 a.m., using a.m. ante-meridiem before noon and p.m. post-meridiem afternoon is essential for clarity when telling time in the 12-hour format common in places like the U.S. and U.K.
Definitely need those to avoid confusion, especially for times like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, etc., right up to 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
You need the AM-PM qualifier.
You really do. Unless you're using the 24-hour clock, of course, like 13 here for 1 p.m. But in conversation, AM-PM is very common with the 12-hour system.
Got it. Okay, weather and work times. Next.
The video then includes questions checking on readiness or completion and asking about current activities. Is it ready? Yes. Everything is ready. And what are you doing? I'm cleaning my room.
Okay. Is it ready? Seems similar to the very first question. Are you ready? But this one is about a thing or a task being ready, not a person.
Exactly. Asking if something is completed, prepared, finished. Maybe dinner is ready or a report is ready.
And the affirmative response, yes, everything is ready, indicates that completion. Simple and clear.
Mm-hmm. And the other question, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Uses the present continuous tense, are doing, to ask about an action that is happening right now at this very moment.
Right. What's in progress? And the answer, I am cleaning my room, also uses the present continuous am cleaning to specify the activity being performed at the time of speaking.
Perfect tense usage for ongoing actions. Very common question.
Okay. Readiness and current actions. What follows?
We continue with questions about well-being again, slightly different phrasing, and also asking about return times. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yes, I am okay. And when will he be back? He will be back in 20 minutes.
Right. Are you okay? That seems like a more direct check on someone's immediate state than how are you?
Yeah.
Doesn't it? Well, you'd ask this if you think someone might not be okay, perhaps.
Exactly. It often implies some concern. Maybe someone looks unwell or upset, or they just had a fall or something. It's a direct check on their condition.
And the response, yes, I am okay, is meant to reassure the speaker that everything is all right.
Yep. Simple reassurance. Then asking, when will he be back? This is similar to when will she come from earlier, but specifically about someone returning to a place.
Okay. Asking about a future return. And the answer, he will be back in 20 minutes, provides a specific time frame for that expected return, using the future tense with will again.
Consistent use of will for future predictions or statements of fact about the future. And in 20 minutes specifies the duration until the return.
Got it. Checking on people and return times. Next pair.
The video then asks about the timing of events and exercise habits. What time does it start? It starts at 8:30 a.m. and did you exercise today? Yes, I had a workout session.
Okay. What time does it start? Crucial for knowing when any kind of event, meeting, movie, class, anything scheduled is supposed to begin.
Absolutely essential for planning. And the answer, it starts at 8:30 a.m., gives that precise start time, including hour, minutes, and the necessary a.m. to indicate morning.
Clear and unambiguous. Then the exercise question. Did you exercise today? This uses the simple past tense, did, doesn't it? Asking about a completed action in the past today.
Exactly. Asking if the action of exercising happened earlier today, and the affirmative answer, yes, I had a workout session, confirms that it did happen.
And it even specifies the type of activity using the noun phrase, a workout session.
Right. Workout session is a common, fairly general term for a period of dedicated physical exercise. Could be anything running, weights, yoga, a class.
Makes sense. It confirms the exercise happened without necessarily going into all the details unless asked further.
Precisely. Okay. Event times and exercise. What's next?
Next, we have questions about personal statistics, family again, and food preferences. How much do you weigh? I weigh 150 pounds. Then how many siblings do you have? I have 3 siblings. And finally, what do you want to eat? I want to eat pizza.
Okay, another batch of personal questions. Asking about weight, how much do you weigh, is quite personal, isn't it?
Extremely personal, I'd say. Probably even more sensitive than asking age for many people. Not a typical casual conversation question in many contexts.
Agreed. Handle with extreme caution, or more likely just avoid asking strangers. But the answer format is shown, I weigh number unit, like 150 pounds. Or maybe kilograms in other places.
Right. That asking about siblings, how many siblings do you have? We've touched on this being a common way to ask about family structure. The answer gives a specific number.
Yep, more standard getting to know you info than weight. And finally, expressing a food preference again. What do you want to eat? Answered with, I want to eat pizza.
Back to that want to structure again, indicating a desire for a particular food. Simple and direct.
Very direct. Okay, personal stats, family, food. Where to next?
The video then explores reasons for being late and experience with volunteering. Why are you late? I had car trouble. And have you ever volunteered for a cause? Yes, I have volunteered before.
Okay, so asking for reasons and asking about past experiences. Why are you late? The classic question when someone arrives after the expected time. It seeks an explanation or justification.
Right. You need a reason. And the answer given, I had car trouble, provides a common and generally understandable reason for a delay, flat tire, engine problems, etc.
Plausible excuse. Then the volunteering question, have you ever volunteered for a cause? This uses the present perfect tense, doesn't it? Have you ever?
Yes, have you ever is used to ask about experiences at any time in someone's life up to now. It's not asking about a specific pastime, just whether the experience exists.
Exactly. And the affirmative answer, yes, I have volunteered before, confirms that this action occurred at some point in the past without necessarily saying when.
Got it. And that phrase, volunteered for a cause, what does that imply exactly?
It generally means giving your time and effort freely without payment to help a charity, a nonprofit, a community group, or some other organization or effort that aims to do good or help others.
Okay, so altruistic work. Good definition. All right. Lateness and volunteering. Next.
We then look at time preferences for activities and sleep duration. Are you a morning or evening walker? I prefer evening walks. And how many hours do you sleep? I sleep for 7 hours.
Okay. Preferences again, but tied to time of day. Are you a morning or evening walker? This A or B structure is common for asking about preferences between two options, right?
Very common. Are you X or Y? Do you prefer A or B? It forces a choice or expression of inclination.
And a response, I prefer evening walks, uses the verb prefer to clearly state that choice between the two options offered, morning versus evening.
Yep, simple preference statement. And the sleep question, how many hours do you sleep, asks about a daily routine, a habit crucial for health.
Right. And the answer provides a specific quantity. I sleep for 7 hours. Straightforward duration.
Daily habits. Okay, next pair.
The video continues with the cost of a specific item, a phone this time, an interest in a hobby, photography. How much does your phone cost? My phone costs $500. And do you like to take photos? Yes, I enjoy photography.
Okay, asking about the cost of possessions again, like we saw with how much does this cost. Here it's specific. your phone.
Yeah, and the answer gives the monetary value, $500. Again, maybe a bit direct to ask someone the cost of their phone, depending on the relationship.
True. Could be seen as nosy. But the structure is clear. Then the hobby question. Do you like to take photos? A simple yes-no question about liking an activity.
And the answer, yes, I enjoy photography, uses the verb enjoy. Is enjoy basically the same as like here?
Pretty much interchangeable in this context. Like and enjoy are both common ways to talk about activities you find pleasurable or interesting. Enjoy might sound slightly stronger or more formal sometimes, but often they're used similarly for hobbies.
Okay, good to know. Cost and hobbies, what's after that?
Next, we have questions about specific skills, problem solving, and also general leisure activities. Are you good at solving puzzles? Yes, I like solving puzzles. And what do you like to do for fun? I like to play video games.
Right. Asking about skills often uses that structure. Are you good at? Followed by the verbing form of the activity, like solving puzzles here.
Exactly. Are you good at swimming? Are you good at cooking? It's a standard pattern.
And the response here is interesting. Yes, I like solving puzzles. It confirms the skill indirectly by stating enjoyment. Sometimes people might say, yes, I am, or no, I'm terrible at it.
True. The answer here connects skill with enjoyment. Then the second question, what do you like to do for fun, is a really broad question about leisure time, isn't it?
Yeah, very open-ended. Asking about how someone chooses to relax or entertain themselves, and the answer, I like to play video games, provides one specific example of a fun activity.
Could be anything, really. Reading, watching movies, hiking, hanging out with friends.
Lots of possibilities.
Okay.
Skills and fun. Next.
The video then explores career choices again, focusing on the why, and also revisits gaming skills. Why did you choose this career? It aligns with my passion. And are you good at playing video games? Yes, I enjoy playing video games.
Okay, asking why about a career choice.
Right.
That gets into motivations, reasons behind big life decisions.
Exactly. Deeper than just asking what the career is. And the response, it aligns with my passion, gives us a strong intrinsic motivational factor. It's not just about money, but about personal interests.
Right. A common and often admired reason. Then the gaming question again. Are you good at playing video games? Same structure as the puzzle question.
Yep. Are you good at? And the answer here, yes, I enjoy playing video games, again links the skill, implicitly yes, with enjoyment.
Consistent pattern there. Okay, career motivations and gaming skills. What follows?
We then move to asking about daily work activities, specifically meetings, and also travel experiences. Did you attend any meetings today? Yes, I had a few meetings. And how many countries have you visited? I've visited 5 countries.
Okay, asking about the workday using the simple past tense. Did you attend any meetings today? Checking on past events of the day.
Right. And the answer, yes, I had a few meetings, confirms attendance and gives a general quantity, a few, meaning maybe 2, 3, or 4, not a precise number, but more than 1.
Got it. Then the travel question, how many countries have you visited? This uses the present perfect again, right? Have you visited?
Exactly. Asking about lifetime experience up to the present moment, how many in total so far?
And the answer, I visited 5 countries, gives that specific total number based on their life experience. I've being the contraction for I have.
Perfect. Okay, meetings and travel history. Next.
The video continues with questions about social media usage and reading habits. How much time do you spend on social media? I spend an hour daily. And how many books have you read this month? I've read 3 books.
All right, habits related to time allocation and consumption. Asking about time spent on activities often uses that structure. How much time do you spend? Followed by the activity, like on social media.
Yeah, seems like a common pattern. And the answer, I spend an hour daily, provides both a duration, an hour, and a frequency, daily. Gives a clear picture of the habit.
Then the reading question, how many books have you read this month? Asking for a quantity, how many, within a specific recent time frame this month. Again, using the present perfect, have you read because the month isn't finished yet, maybe.
Good point. Or maybe just because it's about the result within that period. Yeah. And the answer gives the specific quantity, I've read 3 books.
Clear and quantitative. Okay, social media and reading habits, what's next in the sequence?
Next, we have questions about birthday wishes and the reasons for moving to a new place. What do you want for your birthday? I want a new laptop. And why did you move to this city for better job opportunities?
Okay. Asking about desires for a specific occasion, what do you want for your birthday, is a very common question leading up to someone's birthday.
Right. And the answer, I want a new laptop, states the desired gift clearly using want.
Simple enough. Then asking about reasons for a major life change. Why did you move to this city? the why question seeking motivation again.
And the answer structure is interesting. For better job opportunities, it starts with the preposition for, to introduce the reason or purpose.
Yeah, that's a common way to answer a why question concisely. You could also say, I moved here because I wanted better job opportunities, but just stating the reason with for is very efficient.
Good to know. Okay, wishes and reasons for moving. Next.
The video then touches on attending music festivals and the enjoyment of gardening. Have you ever been to a music festival? Yes, I've been to a few music festivals. And do you enjoy gardening? Yes, I find gardening relaxing.
Okay, asking about past experiences again, using have you ever been to, this time about music festivals.
Right, lifetime experience question. And the answer confirms the experience, yes, I've been, and adds a bit more detail with a few. Similar to the meetings example. Not just once, but multiple times.
Okay, and the gardening question. Do you enjoy gardening? Simple yes, no about liking a hobby.
Yes, but look at the answer. Yes, I find gardening relaxing. It doesn't just say yes, it also gives a reason for the enjoyment.
Ah, good catch. It explains why they enjoy it because it's relaxing. So the answer provides more than just the basic confirmation.
Exactly. It adds that explanatory layer, making the conversation a bit richer. You learn more about the person's perspective.
Nice touch. Okay, festivals and gardening. What's next?
We then explore language skills and favorite movies. How many languages can you speak? I can speak 3 languages. And what's your favorite movie? My favorite movie is Inception.
Okay. Asking about abilities, specifically language skills. How many languages can you speak? Straightforward, how many question?
Yep. And the answer gives the specific number. I can speak 3 languages using the modal verb can to express ability.
Right. Then asking about preferences, specifically favorites. What's your favorite movie?
Yeah.
The what's your favorite structure is super common for asking about preferences, isn't it?
Absolutely. Favorite color, favorite food, favorite book, favorite band. Endless possibilities. It asks for the single one liked most.
And the answer follows suit. My favorite movie is Inception, identifying that specific top choice.
Clear and direct preference statement. Okay, languages and movies. Next pair.
Next, the video asks about the reasons for learning a specific skill, programming, and also about attending a specific event, a party. Why did you learn programming? To pursue a tech career. And are you going to the party?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to the party.
Right. Asking why, again, focusing on the motivation for learning a particular skill. Why did you learn programming?
And the answer structure is concise again. To pursue a tech career. It uses the infinitive of purpose to pursue to state the goal or reason, similar to answering with for.
Exactly. I learned programming in order to pursue a tech career or just to pursue. Very common way to explain purpose.
Got it. And the party question, are you going to the party? This uses the present continuous are going to ask about a future plan or arrangement, right? Similar to the leaving tomorrow example.
Precisely. It's often used for definite plans in the near future. And the answer, yes, I am going to the party, confirms that intention or plan.
Okay. Reasons for learning and future plans. What follows?
The video continues with general enjoyment of movies and the frequency of receiving emails. Do you like watching movies? Yes, I enjoy watching movies. And how many emails do you receive daily? I receive around 50 emails.
Okay, a general preference question first. Do you like watching movies? Simple, yes, no.
And the answer uses enjoy, again, synonymously with like, yes, I enjoy watching movies, confirms the preference.
Yep. Then the email question, how many emails do you receive daily? Asking about the typical quantity, how many, and frequency daily of something.
Right. Quantifying a regular occurrence. And the answer, I receive around 50 emails, gives an approximate number using around, could also use about, and confirms the daily frequency.
Around 50 suggests it's not always exactly 50, but that's the average or typical amount. Good use of approximation.
Makes it sound more natural than a precise number that might not be accurate every single day.
True. Okay, movie enjoyment and email volume. Next.
We then look at typical weekend activities and the reason for choosing a color. What do you do on weekends? I relax and watch movies. And why did you choose that color? It's my favorite color.
Right. Asking about routines again, but specifically weekend routines. What do you do on weekends? Very common small talk question.
Definitely. Asking about how people typically spend their leisure time. And the answer provides a couple of examples. I relax and watch movies. Could be many other things too, of course.
Sure. Then the color question. Why did you choose that color? Asking for the reason behind a specific choice, maybe about clothing or paint or something visible.
Right. And the answer gives personal preference as the reason. It's my favorite color. Simple justification based on liking.
Makes sense. Can't argue with someone's favorite color. Okay, weekends and color choices. What's next?
The video continues with concert attendance and reading habits again. Have you ever been to a concert? Yes, I have been to a concert. And do you like to read books? Yes, I enjoy reading books.
Okay, revisiting past experiences with have you ever been to this time for concerts? Seems like a recurring pattern for experience questions.
It is. Very standard way to ask about lifetime experiences. And the answer confirms it simply. Yes, I have been to a concert. Doesn't say how many this time, just confirms the experience exists.
Got it. And the reading question again. Do you like to read books? General preference.
Yep. And the answer again uses enjoy. Yes, I enjoy reading books. Reaffirming that liking, seems the video likes reinforcing these core structures.
Yeah, repetition is good for learning, right? Seeing the same patterns used for different topics.
Absolutely. It helps solidify the structures in the learner's mind.
Okay, concerts and reading again. Next.
Next, we have questions about the number of friends someone has and their usual wake-up time. How many friends do you have? I have 5 close friends. And what time do you wake up? I wake up at 7 a.m.
All right. Asking about social circles. How many friends do you have? Another potentially personal question, maybe.
Could be, depending on how it's asked and the context. But the answer here is interesting. I have 5 close friends. It doesn't just give a number, it adds the qualifier, close.
Oh, yeah. That implies they might have more acquaintances, but only 5 they consider close friends. Adds a bit of nuance.
It does. Makes it feel more personal and less like just counting numbers. Then the wake-up time question, what time do you wake up? Yeah. Asking about a specific point in the daily routine.
Right. And the answer gives that specific time, including the AM, for clarity. I wake up at 7 a.m. Standard routine information.
Okay, friends, and waking up, what's after this?
The video then explores the reasons behind starting exercise and the time spent commuting. Why did you start exercising for a healthier lifestyle? And how much time do you spend commuting? I spent 30 minutes commuting.
Okay, back to motivations with why. Why did you start exercising? Seeking the reason for adopting that habit.
And the answer uses that for structure again, for a healthier lifestyle. States the purpose or goal driving the action.
Concise and clear motivation. Then the commuting question. How much time do you spend commuting? Asking about the duration of the daily journey to work or school.
Right. Uses that how much time do you spend? Structure again. Seems versatile. And the answer gives the duration. I spend 30 minutes commuting. Doesn't specify if that's one way or a round trip, but gives a number.
True. Could be ambiguous, but gives a general idea of the time commitment. Daily travel time.
Okay. Exercise, motivation, and commute time. Next.
We then look at tipping habits in restaurants and the reasons for buying a new car. How much do you tip at restaurants? I tip 15%, and why did you buy a new car? My old car broke down.
Tipping. That's an interesting one. Culturally specific often. How much do you tip at restaurants? Asking about a specific social custom related to paying for service.
Yeah, amounts can vary wildly depending on the country and even the situation. The answer here gives a specific percentage. I tip 15%, which might be standard in some places, low or high in others.
Definitely something learners need to be aware of. When traveling, tipping customs vary.
Then the car question. Why did you buy a new car? Asking for the reason behind a significant purchase.
Right. And the answer provides a very practical cause. My old car broke down. Implies the purchase was necessary, not just desired.
Yeah, forced by circumstance. Clear reason. Okay, tipping and car purchases, what's next?
The video continues with time spent on cooking and the reasons for starting a blog. How much time do you spend cooking? I spend 30 minutes cooking. And why did you start a blog? To share my experiences.
Okay. Time allocation again. How much time do you spend cooking? Asking about a common household task.
And the answer gives a duration. I spend 30 minutes cooking. Again, maybe daily, maybe per meal, slightly ambiguous, but gives a number.
Right. And the blog question. Why did you start a blog? Asking about the motivation behind a personal project, specifically creating online content.
And the answer gives the purpose using the infinitive structure to share my experiences. States the goal of the blog.
Okay. Cooking time and blogging motivation. Next. Next, we have questions about pet ownership and favorite holidays. How many pets do you have? I have 2 cats. And what's your favorite holiday? My favorite holiday is Christmas.
Pets. How many pets do you have? Common question for animal lovers.
Yeah. And the answer gives both the number and the type of pet. I have 2 cats. Provides specific information about their animal companions.
Nice. And the favorite holiday question.
Yeah.
What's your favorite holiday? Using that what's your favorite structure again.
Yep. Asking for the single most preferred celebration. And the answer identifies it. My favorite holiday is Christmas.
Classic answer for many people.
Yeah.
Okay, pets and holidays. What follows?
The video then explores the reasons for choosing a specific college and the number of hours worked per week. Why did you choose that college? It offered my desired program. And how many hours do you work per week? I work 40 hours a week.
Right. Back to why. Questions for big decisions. Why did you choose that college? Asking for the rationale behind a major educational choice.
And the answer provides a key academic reason. It offered my desired program. The course of study was the deciding factor.
Makes sense. A very practical reason. Then the work hours question. How many hours do you work per week? Asking about the total weekly time commitment for their job.
Right. Quantifying the work schedule on a weekly basis. And the answer gives a standard number for full-time work in many places. I work 40 hours a week.
Yep, the standard work week. Clear and quantitative. Okay, college choice and work hours. Next.
We then look at a preference for spicy food and experience with bungee jumping. Are you a fan of spicy food? Yes, I enjoy spicy food. And have you ever tried bungee jumping? No, I haven't tried bungee jumping.
Okay, asking about tastes.
Yeah.
Are you a fan of spicy food? Are you a fan of... Seems like another way to ask, do you like? Right.
Exactly. It's a common colloquial way to ask about liking something, music, food, sports teams, etc. And the answer confirms it using enjoy. Yes, I enjoy spicy food.
Got it. Then the bungee jumping question. Have you ever tried bungee jumping? Asking about experience with a specific, rather adventurous activity using have you ever tried?
Right, asking about past participation in this extreme sport, and the negative answer is clear. No, I haven't tried bungee jumping. Uses the contraction haven't for have not.
Simple confirmation of non-experience. Okay, food, taste, and adventure sports. What's next?
The video continues with favorite music genre and, again, reasons for gardening. What's your favorite music genre? I love rock music. And why did you start gardening? To connect with nature.
Favorite genre time. What's your favorite music genre? Same favorite structure.
Yep. Asking for the top musical preference. And the answer uses love here. I love rock music. Love suggests a stronger liking than just like or enjoy.
Good point. Adds intensity. Then the gardening question again. Why did you start gardening? Asking for motivation.
And this time, the answer is different from before. To connect with nature. Earlier, it was about finding it relaxing. Here, it's about the connection. Shows people can have multiple reasons for their hobbies.
True. Different facets of the motivation. Okay, music and gardening reasons. Next.
Next, we have questions about time spent on hobbies in general and spending on groceries. How much time do you spend on a hobby? I spend 2 hours daily. And how much do you spend on groceries? I spend $100 weekly.
Okay. Time allocation for hobbies generally. How much time do you spend on a hobby? This seems very general, as people might have multiple hobbies.
It is general. Maybe it refers to their main hobby or an average. The answer gives a duration and frequency. I spend 2 hours daily. That's quite a commitment.
It is. Then the financial habit question. How much do you spend on groceries? Asking about regular spending on food.
Right. Quantifying a routine expense. And the answer provides an amount and frequency. I spend $100 weekly. Gives a clear idea of their food budget.
Okay. Hobby time and grocery costs. What follows?
The video then explores the reasons for meditating and coffee consumption habits. Why did you start meditating? For mental peace. And how many cups of coffee do you drink? I drink 2 cups daily.
Motivations for well-being practices. Why did you start meditating? Seeking the purpose behind this specific activity.
And the answer gives a clear benefit for mental peace. Using that for structure again to state the goal.
Right. Then daily consumption habits. How many cups of coffee do you drink? Quantifying intake of a common beverage.
Yep. And the answer gives the quantity and frequency. I drink 2 cups daily. Specific habit described.
2 cups. Seems pretty standard for many coffee drinkers. Okay, meditation and coffee. Next.
We then look at Christmas wishes and spending on clothes. What do you want for Christmas? I want a new camera. And how much do you spend on clothes? I spend $50 monthly.
Holiday wishes again.
Yeah.
What do you want for Christmas? Same structure as the birthday wish question.
Exactly. Asking for desired gifts for a specific holiday. And the answer provides the item. I want a new camera.
Got it. Then spending habits again, this time on clothes. How much do you spend on clothes?
Right. Quantifying another category of personal expenditure, and the answer gives an amount and frequency. I spend $50 monthly.
Okay. Christmas wishes and clothing budget. What's next?
The video continues with reasons for choosing a specific hairstyle and daily work hours again. Why did you choose that hairstyle? It suits my face shape. And how many hours do you spend on work? I work 8 hours daily.
Reasons for personal appearance choices. Why did you choose that hairstyle? Asking about the thinking behind a specific aesthetic decision.
And the answer provides a reason based on perceived suitability. It suits my face shape. A common consideration when choosing hairstyles.
Makes sense. Then work hours again. How many hours do you spend on work? Similar to the weekly question, but framed daily.
Right, and the answer gives that daily duration. I work 8 hours daily, which aligns with the 40 hours per week mentioned earlier. 8 hours by 5 days. Consistent information.
Good consistency.
Okay.
Hairstyles and daily work hours. Next.
Next, we have reasons for learning a musical instrument, guitar, and monthly savings habits. Why did you start learning guitar? To explore my musical side. And how much do you save each month? I save $200 monthly.
Motivations for learning again. Why did you start learning guitar? Seeking the purpose behind picking up that specific instrument.
And the answer gives a reason related to self-discovery or personal development to explore my musical side. Using the to explore infinitive of purpose.
Nice reason. Then financial habits, focusing on savings. How much do you save each month? Asking about the amount put aside regularly.
Right. Quantifying savings. And the answer gives the amount and frequency. I save $200 monthly. Provides a clear picture of their savings discipline.
Okay. Learning guitar and saving money. What's after that?
The video then explores reasons for starting a fitness routine and the cost of monthly rent. Why did you start a fitness routine? To stay healthy and fit. And how much do you pay for rent? I pay $1,000 monthly.
Motivations for health habits again. Why did you start a fitness routine? Similar to the exercise question earlier.
Yep. And the answer provides a common and clear purpose. To stay healthy and fit. Using the infinitive to stay.
Standard health goal. Then asking about a major living expense. How much do you pay for rent? Very practical financial question.
Indeed. Asking about the cost of accommodation, and the answer gives the monthly amount. I pay $1,000 monthly, a significant figure for most budgets.
Definitely. Okay, fitness motivation and rent cost. Next.
We then look at reasons for choosing a particular restaurant and daily water intake. Why did you choose that restaurant? It has great reviews. And how many cups of water do you drink? I drink 8 cups daily.
Okay, decision-making process. Why did you choose that restaurant? Asking for the factor that influenced the choice.
And the answer points to external validation. It has great reviews.
Right.
So the choice was based on positive feedback from others, likely online or from friends.
A very common way people choose restaurants these days. Then daily health habits again. How many cups of water do you drink? Quantifying hydration.
Right. And the answer gives a specific quantity often recommended by health experts. I drink 8 cups daily.
Classic 8 glasses a day advice. Okay, restaurant choice and water intake. What follows?
The video continues with general free time activities and time spent on the phone. What do you do in your free time? I read books and relax. And how much time do you spend on your phone? I spend 2 hours daily.
Asking about leisure time generally. What do you do in your free time? Similar to the weekend question, but broader maybe.
Could be. And the answer gives a couple of typical relaxation activities. I read books and relax. Simple statement of how they unwind.
Okay, then time spent on devices. How much time do you spend on your phone? A very relevant question in today's world.
Extremely relevant. Asking to quantify daily mobile phone usage. And the answer gives a duration. I spend 2 hours daily.
Only 2 hours. Seems low for some people, but it gives a number.
Yeah.
Okay, free time and phone time. Next.
Next, we have reasons for starting a podcast and daily study hours. Why did you start a podcast? To share my thoughts. And how many hours do you study per day? I study for 3 hours.
Podcasting. Why did you start a podcast?
Yeah.
Asking about the motivation behind this specific form of content creation.
And the answer gives a purpose related to self-expression, to share my thoughts, using the infinitive to share.
A common reason for podcasters. Then academic habits. How many hours do you study per day? Quantifying daily time dedicated to learning or schoolwork.
Right. And the answer provides that duration. I study for 3 hours, specific time commitment per day.
Okay. Podcasting motivation and study time. Next.
The video then explores anniversary wishes and reasons for taking up painting. What do you want for your anniversary? I want a weekend getaway. And why did you start painting? It's a therapeutic activity.
Wishes for another special occasion. What do you want for your anniversary? Asking about desired gifts or experiences for a relationship milestone.
Yep. And the answer specifies a desired experience rather than an object. I want a weekend getaway. Focuses on shared time or travel.
Nice wish. The motivations for an artistic hobby. Why did you start painting?
And the answer explains the benefit derived from it. It's a therapeutic activity. It highlights the positive mental health aspect or stress relief function of the hobby.
Good explanation. Okay, anniversary wishes and painting reasons. What's next?
We then look at monthly costs for utilities and the reasons for adopting a pet. How much do you spend on utilities? I spend $150 monthly. And why did you adopt a pet to have a companion?
Household expenses again. How much do you spend on utilities? Asking about regular costs like electricity, water, gas, internet maybe.
Right, bundled together as utilities. And the answer gives a monthly total. I spend $150 monthly.
Okay. Then motivations for getting a pet. Why did you adopt a pet? Focusing on the reason behind bringing an animal into their life.
And the answer gives a key emotional reason to have a companion. Highlights the relationship aspect of pet ownership.
A very common and understandable reason. Okay, utility costs and pet adoption. Next.
The video continues with time spent watching Netflix and, again, graduation wishes. How many hours do you spend on Netflix? I watched for 2 hours. And what do you want for your graduation? I want a new laptop.
Quantifying entertainment habits. How many hours do you spend on Netflix? Asking about time dedicated to a specific streaming service.
And the answer gives a duration. I watch for 2 hours. Doesn't specify frequency, daily, weekly, but gives the time per session, maybe.
Okay. And the graduation wish question repeats. What do you want for your graduation? I want a new laptop.
Yeah, second time for that one. Maybe emphasizes how common that desire is for graduating students needing a tool for the next stage, perhaps.
Could be. Reinforces a common aspiration. Okay. Netflix, time, and graduation wishes. Again, what follows?
Next, we have reasons for starting a small business and weekly spending on gas for a car. Why did you start a small business? To be my own boss. And how much do you spend on gas? I spend $50 weekly.
Entrepreneurial motivations. Why did you start a small business? Asking about the drive behind going independent.
And the answer gives a classic entrepreneurial reason. To be my own boss. Desire for autonomy and control. Uses the infinitive to be.
Very common goal. Then transportation costs.
Yeah.
How much do you spend on gas? Asking about fuel expenses.
Right. And the answer provides a weekly amount. I spend $50 weekly. Quantifies that regular travel-related cost.
Okay. Starting a business and gas spending. Next.
The video then explores reasons for choosing an academic major and the duration of workouts. Why did you choose that major? It aligns with my interests. And how many hours do you work out? I work out for 1 hour.
Academic choices again. Why did you choose that major? Asking for the rationale behind their field of study.
And the answer connects it to personal inclination. It aligns with my interests. Similar to the passion reason for career choice earlier, based on liking the subject.
Right. Then workout duration. How many hours do you work out?
Yeah.
Asking about the length of their exercise sessions.
And the answer gives that duration. I work out for 1 hour. Doesn't specify frequency, just the length of each session when they do it.
Okay. Major choice and workout length. What's next?
We then look at Valentine's Day wishes and reasons for starting a book club. What do you want for Valentine's Day? I want a heartfelt letter. And why did you start a book club? To discuss literature.
Another holiday wish. What do you want for Valentine's Day? Focusing on romantic desires.
And the answer is interesting. It's not a material gift. I want a heartfelt letter. Values sentiment and expression over objects.
Nice. Emphasizes meaning. Then motivations for a social activity. Why did you start a book club?
And the answer gives the core purpose of that activity to discuss literature. Using the infinitive to discuss focuses on the shared intellectual interest.
It makes sense for a book club. Okay, Valentine's wishes and book clubs. Next.
The video continues with monthly spending on gifts and reasons for choosing a particular car. How much do you spend on gifts? I spend $100 monthly. And why did you choose that car? It's fuel efficient.
Financial habits again. This time, gift giving. How much do you spend on gifts? Quantifying expenditure on presents for others.
Right. And the answer gives a monthly average. I spend $100 monthly.
Okay. Then reasons for a major purchase. A car. Why did you choose that car? Seeking the deciding factor.
And the answer highlights a practical economic feature. It's fuel efficient. Saving money on gas was the key reason.
Very practical consideration. Okay. Gift spending and car choice. What follows?
Next, we have hours spent volunteering and wishes related to a job promotion. How many hours do you volunteer? I volunteer for 2 hours. And what do you want for your promotion? I want a pay raise.
Quantifying altruism. How many hours do you volunteer? Asking about the time commitment to unpaid helping work.
And the answer gives a duration. I volunteer for 2 hours. Doesn't specify frequency weekly, but gives the time per session.
Okay. Then career aspirations. What do you want for your promotion? Asking about desired outcomes from advancing at work.
Right. And the answer is very direct and common. I want a pay raise. Increased salary is the primary desire associated with the promotion.
Can't blame them. Okay, volunteering and promotion wishes. Next.
The video then explores reasons for starting photography as a hobby and the monthly cost of haircuts. Why did you start a photography hobby? To capture memories. And how much do you spend on a haircut? I spend $30 every month.
Hobby motivations again.
Right.
Why did you start a photography hobby? Seeking the purpose behind this visual art pursuit.
And the answer gives a sentimental reason: to capture memories. Focuses on preserving moments and experiences. Uses the infinitive to capture.
Nice reason. Then personal care expenses. How much do you spend on a haircut? Asking about regular grooming costs.
Right. And the answer provides the cost and frequency. I spend $30 every month. Specifies both the amount and how often.
Clear. Okay, photography and haircuts. What's next?
We then look at reasons for choosing a specific travel destination and weekend sleep duration. Why did you choose that travel destination? It's on my bucket list. And how many hours do you sleep on weekends? I sleep for 9 hours.
Travel motivations. Why did you choose that travel destination? Asking about the reason for picking a particular place to visit.
And the answer refers to a long-held personal goal. It's on my bucket list, meaning it's something they've wanted to do or see for a long time.
Ah, the bucket list reason. Very common. Then sleep habits again, but specifically on weekends. How many hours do you sleep on weekends?
Right. Comparing weekend sleep to weekday sleep, which was 7 hours earlier, and the answer is longer. I sleep for 9 hours. Suggests catching up on sleep during leisure time.
Makes sense. Many people do that. Okay, travel choices and weekend sleep. Next.
The video continues with Mother's Day wishes and reasons for learning a new language. What do you want for Mother's Day? I want a spa day. And why did you start learning a new language? To broaden my horizons.
Another specific occasion wish. What do you want for Mother's Day? Asking about desired gifts or experiences for this familial celebration. Presumably asked to a mother.
Likely, yes. And the answer specifies a relaxing experience. I want a spa day. Focuses on pampering and self-care.
Sounds lovely. Then motivations for self-improvement. Why did you start learning a new language? Seeking the purpose behind language acquisition.
And the answer gives a reason related to personal growth and gaining new perspectives. To broaden my horizons. Uses the infinitive to broaden.
A noble goal for language learning. Okay, Mother's Day and language learning. What follows?
Next, we have monthly spending on home decor and reasons for choosing a username. How much do you spend on home decor? I spend $50 monthly. And why did you choose that username? It's unique and personal.
Financial habits, home edition. How much do you spend on home decor? Asking about expenditures on decorating their living space.
Right. And the answer gives a monthly amount. I spend $50 monthly.
Okay. Then reasons behind an online identity choice. Why did you choose that username? Asking about the thinking behind their screen name.
And the answer provides rationale based on distinctiveness and self-expression. It's unique and personal. Values individuality.
Makes sense for a username. Okay, home decor spending and username choice. Next.
The video then explores time spent with family and Father's Day wishes. How many hours do you spend with family? I spend 3 hours daily. And what do you want for Father's Day? I want a new tool set.
Quantifying family time. How many hours do you spend with family? Asking about the duration of daily interaction with relatives.
And the answer gives a specific daily duration. I spend 3 hours daily.
Okay. Then another familial celebration wish. What do you want for Father's Day? Presumably asked to a father.
Seems likely. And the answer specifies a desired practical gift related to hobbies or DIY. I want a new tool set.
Classic dad gift, perhaps.
Okay,
family time and Father's Day. What's next?
We then look at reasons for starting a vegetable garden and monthly spending on coffee. Why did you start a vegetable garden? To eat fresh produce. And how much do you spend on coffee? I spend $20 monthly.
Hobby motivations. Gardening again. Why did you start a vegetable garden?
Seeking the purpose behind this specific type of gardening. And the answer highlights a very practical benefit: to eat fresh produce. Focuses on the outcome: healthy, homegrown food. Uses to eat.
Very practical. Then coffee spending again. How much do you spend on coffee?
Right, and the answer gives a monthly amount. I spend $20 monthly. This is different from the earlier 2 cups daily. Maybe this refers to buying coffee beans or coffee out versus just consumption, or just variation in the script examples.
Could be variation. Or maybe they drink coffee at home mostly, so the spending is low. Hard to say for sure. Okay, vegetable gardens and coffee costs. Next.
The video continues with reasons for choosing a specific workout routine and weekly time spent outdoors in nature. Why did you choose that workout routine? It suits my fitness goals. And how many hours do you spend in nature? I spend 2 hours weekly.
Motivations for fitness choices. Why did you choose that workout routine? Asking for the rationale behind their specific exercise plan.
And the answer connects it to personal objectives. It suits my fitness goals. The routine was selected because it aligns with what they want to achieve physically.
Logical reason. Then quantifying time outdoors. How many hours do you spend in nature? Asking about engagement with the natural environment.
Right. And the answer gives a weekly duration. I spend 2 hours weekly.
Okay. Workout choices and time in nature. What follows?
Next, we have birthday wishes again and reasons for starting a cooking class. What do you want for your birthday? I want a fitness tracker. And why did you start a cooking class? To improve my skills.
Birthday wish repetition. What do you want for your birthday? Third time for this question structure.
Yes, seems to be reinforcing that pattern. And the desired item this time is different. I want a fitness tracker, a health tech gadget.
Okay, then motivations for learning again. Why did you start a cooking class? Seeking the purpose behind taking culinary lessons.
And the answer focuses on skill development. To improve my skills. Clear goal of getting better at cooking. Uses to improve.
Makes sense for taking a class. Okay, birthday wishes and cooking classes. Next.
The video then explores monthly spending on skincare and, yet again, reasons for choosing a career path. How much do you spend on skincare? I spend $30 monthly. And why did you choose that career path? It aligns with my passion.
Personal care expenses. How much do you spend on skincare? Asking about costs associated with skin products.
Right, and the answer gives a monthly amount. I spend $30 monthly.
Okay. Then the career path motivation question repeats. Why did you choose that career path?
Yes, and the answer is also identical to one used earlier. It aligns with my passion, reinforcing both the question and a common answer.
Lots of reinforcement happening here. Okay, skincare spending and career passion. What's next?
We then look at retirement wishes and reasons for starting a journal. What do you want for your retirement? I want to travel the world. And why did you start a journal? To document my thoughts.
Future aspirations. What do you want for your retirement? Asking about desires for life after finishing working.
And the answer expresses a grand ambition. I want to travel the world. Focuses on experiences and exploration.
A popular retirement dream. Then motivations for a personal practice. Why did you start a journal? Asking about the purpose of keeping a diary or journal.
And the answer gives a reason related to self-reflection and record keeping. To document my thoughts. Uses to document.
Okay. Retirement dreams and journaling. What follows?
The video continues with monthly spending on technology and reasons for choosing a specific workout class. How much do you spend on technology? I spend $100 monthly. And why did you choose that workout class? It's challenging and fun.
Financial habits. Tech edition.
Yeah.
How much do you spend on technology? Asking about expenditure on gadgets, software subscriptions maybe.
Right. And the answer gives a monthly amount. I spend $100 monthly.
Okay. Then fitness choices again.
Yeah.
Why did you choose that workout class?
Yeah.
Asking for the specific appeal of that particular class.
And the answer gives 2 reasons, highlighting both the difficulty and the enjoyment. It's challenging and fun. Covers both the physical and emotional aspects.
Good combo for a workout class. Okay, tech spending and workout class choice. Next.
Next, we have weekly time spent on hobbies and anniversary wishes again. How many hours do you spend on hobbies? I spend 5 hours weekly. And what do you want for your anniversary? I want a romantic dinner.
Quantifying hobby time again. How many hours do you spend on hobbies? Asking for the total weekly duration.
Yep. And the answer gives that weekly total. I spend 5 hours weekly.
Okay. And anniversary wishes repeat. What do you want for your anniversary?
Third time for this one too. And the desired experience this time is I want a romantic dinner. Focuses on a shared meal and atmosphere.
Another classic anniversary wish. Okay, hobby time and anniversary dinners. What's next?
The video then explores monthly spending on entertainment and reasons for choosing a haircut again. How much do you spend on entertainment? I spend $50 monthly. And why did you choose that haircut? It's trendy and low maintenance.
Financial habits, entertainment spending. How much do you spend on entertainment? Asking about costs for movies, concerts, going out, etc.
Right. And the answer gives a monthly amount. I spend $50 monthly.
Okay. And the haircut reason question repeats. Why did you choose that haircut?
Yes, and the answer provides 2 justifications this time. It's trendy and low maintenance, combines fashion appeal with practicality.
Good reasons for a haircut choice. Okay, entertainment spending and haircut reasons. Next.
We then look at daily reading time and graduation wishes. which is repeated yet again. How many hours do you spend reading? I read for 1 hour daily. And what do you want for your graduation? I want a new laptop.
Quantifying reading habits. How many hours do you spend reading? Asking for the daily duration.
And the answer gives that time. I read for 1 hour daily.
Okay. And the graduation wish for a laptop comes up for the, what, third time?
Looks like it. The video really wants to emphasize that particular exchange, perhaps because it's a common scenario and desire for students, or maybe just an oversight in the original video script.
Could be either. But the repetition certainly drills the question and answer. Okay, reading time and the laptop wish again. Now, the video seems to shift gears a bit, doesn't it?
Yes, it moves into a series of more general yes-no questions covering a range of topics, starting with travel experience again.
Right, the first one is, have you ever traveled abroad? Yes, I have traveled abroad.
Straightforward, have you ever? Question about international travel experience. The affirmative answer confirms it simply.
Okay, what's the next yes-no?
Next is about dietary preferences. Are you a vegetarian? No, I am not a vegetarian.
Simple, are you? Question about diet. Common when discussing food or planning meals. The negative answer clarifies they eat meat.
Exactly. Then it asks about family structure again. Do you have any siblings? Yes, I have one sibling.
Basic personal question using do you have? The answer provides the number, one sibling.
Following that, a question about the immediate environment. Is it raining outside? No, it's not raining.
Simple check on current weather conditions using is it? Negative answer states the current situation.
Right. Then, an inquiry about leisure interests. Are you a sports fan? Yes, I am a sports fan.
Common way to find shared interests using are you a fan? Affirmative answer indicates liking sports. Useful for small talk.
Definitely. Next, a question about unique experiences. Have you ever met a celebrity?
No, I've never met a celebrity.
Have you ever? Again, this time for a more unusual event. The negative answer uses never for emphasis, not just no, but never.
Good emphasis. Then the video continues with hobbies and task completion. Do you like to cook? Yes, I enjoy cooking. And did you finish your homework? Yes, I finished my homework.
Asking about liking a hobby, do you like, answered with enjoy, and then a practical question about finishing a task, did you finish, using the simple past tense, answer confirms completion.
Yep. Then it asks about multitasking abilities and weekend plans. Are you good at multitasking? Yes, I am good at multitasking. And do you have any weekend plans? Yes, I plan to relax over the weekend. Asking about skills again, what I'm good at. And then inquiring about future intentions for the weekend. Do you have any? The answer states the plan to relax.
Following this, morning routines and adventure sports again. Are you a morning coffee person? Yes, I need my morning coffee. And have you ever been skydiving? No, I have never been skydiving.
Asking about a daily habit preference. Are you a morning coffee person? The affirmative answer is strong. I need my morning coffee, suggesting dependence. Then the skydiving question repeats with the same negative answer using never.
Reinforcement again. Next, preferences between beverages and comfort with technology. Do you prefer tea or coffee? I prefer coffee. And are you good with technology? Yes, I am comfortable with technology.
Offering a choice, do you prefer A or B? And asking about tech skills, are you good with? The answer uses comfortable with, which is a nice, natural way to express proficiency without bragging.
Good phrasing, yeah. Then dancing skills and vacation plans. Are you a good dancer? No, I'm not a good dancer. And are you planning a vacation soon? Yes, I am planning a vacation.
Asking about ability. Are you a good at? And inquiring about upcoming travel plans using present continuous for future. Are you planning?
Right. Next, enjoyment of exercise and memory skills. Do you enjoy going to the gym? Yes, I like staying active. And are you good at remembering names? No, I struggle with remembering names.
Asking about liking an activity do you enjoy? The affirmative answer gives a reason, staying active. Then, asking about a cognitive skill. Are you good at remembering? The negative answer admits difficulty using the verb struggle, honest and relatable.
Very relatable for many people. Then, experiences at work and musical skills. Did you have a busy day at work? Yes, it was quite busy. And do you play any musical instruments? Yes, I play the guitar.
Asking about a past experience, today's workday, using did you have? And inquiring about musical hobbies. Do you play? The affirmative answer specifies the instrument.
Next, experiences with trying new foods and a personality trait. Have you ever tried a new cuisine? Yes, I enjoy exploring different cuisines. And are you good at keeping secrets? Yes, I can keep a secret.
Have you ever tried for new food experiences? The affirmative answer expresses enjoyment of the process, exploring, then asking about trustworthiness. Are you good at keeping secrets? Affirmative answer confirms reliability using can.
Good examples. Then, class attendance and swimming ability. Did you attend any classes today? No, I had the day off. And are you a good swimmer? No, I am not a good swimmer.
Asking about past daily schedule. Did you attend? Negative answer gives the reason. Had the day off. Then asking about a physical skill. Are you a good swimmer? Simple negative answer.
Right. Next, observing a daily event and public speaking ability. Did you watch the sunrise today? No, I missed it today. And are you a good public speaker? Yes, I'm comfortable speaking in public.
Asking about a past event. Did you watch? Negative answer explains why. Missed it. Then asking about a communication skill. Are you a good public speaker? Affirmative answer uses comfortable again, expressing ease with the activity.
Consistent use of comfortable. Then, road trip experiences and pet ownership again. Have you ever been on a road trip?
Yes, I've been on several road trips. Do you have any pets? Yes, I have a cat.
Have you ever been on for travel experience? Affirmative answer gives quantity, several. Then the pet question repeats, do you have any pets? Affirmative answer specifies the type, a cat.
Repetition and reinforcement continue. Finally, the video ends this section with a preference between seasons. Do you prefer summer or winter? I prefer winter.
Classic preference question. Do you prefer A or B? Allows for a direct statement of choice between two common options.
Absolutely. Wow, that video really packs in a huge range of these basic conversational topics and question structures, doesn't it? It covers an enormous amount of ground in fundamental English.
It truly does. I mean, from those very first simple greetings like, are you ready? All the way through asking about opinions, past experiences, daily routines, finances, hobbies, and it just lays out so much of the foundational language you need. Yeah, the language you need to just navigate everyday English conversations. It's a remarkably useful resource, especially I think for anyone who is just starting out on their English learning journey or maybe looking to really solidify their understanding of these core interactions.
Definitely. It hits so many common scenarios.
And by, taking this deep dive today and breaking down these exchanges piece by piece, looking at the grammar, the function, the politeness level, we really hope we've provided you with a much clearer understanding.
Yeah, an understanding of how these questions are typically formed, what the most common and natural ways to answer them are, and the different kinds of information they're designed to get.
Because these truly are the essential building blocks, aren't they? All more complex conversations, discussions, negotiations, they're all built upon these fundamental Q&A structures. You need this foundation.
Couldn't agree more. So whether you're listening and, actively prepping for a trip to an English-speaking country, or maybe you're looking to connect more confidently with English speakers online, or maybe you just have a keen curiosity about how everyday English works, this deep dive into these seemingly basic but actually crucial conversations should hopefully give you a significant boost. A boost in your comprehension and hopefully your confidence in actually speaking.
Yeah, confidence is key. And we would also really encourage you, if you haven't already, to maybe take a look at the original video itself on the Best English Online channel.
Oh, definitely.
Because hearing these exchanges spoken, presumably by native speakers, and seeing any visual context the video provides, that can be an incredibly valuable way to reinforce everything we've discussed today. Hearing the pronunciation, the intonation.
Absolutely. Seeing and hearing it adds another dimension. Well, thank you so much for joining us on this pretty exhaustive deep dive into English conversation practice. It's been a real pleasure to unpack all of these essential phrases and questions with you today.
And thank you for dedicating your time to listen and hopefully learn with us. We sincerely hope that this exploration has been both insightful and, more importantly, beneficial for you in your English learning journey.
Now, as a final thought, as you reflect on all of these basic questions and answers that we've gone through today, and there were a lot of them.
There really were.
We'd love for you to consider this. Which of these kinds of questions do you find yourself using most frequently in your own interactions, whether in English or your native language? And perhaps more importantly, are there any of these seemingly simple questions that still feel, a little bit challenging for you to either ask correctly or answer smoothly in English?
Ooh, that's a great reflective question. Thinking about your own usage and your own sticking points.
Exactly. Thinking about those points can be a really helpful way to identify specific areas where you might want to focus your further learning and practice. And of course, don't forget, if you found this deep dive helpful, please do head over to our YouTube channel and hit subscribe for even more fantastic English learning content.
Please do.
Thanks again for tuning in today.